It's the Inspired by JoAnn show.
Meet your host, certified confidence coach JoAnn Dean, inspiring women on the rise. Welcome to another Faith Chat.
Hello, Faith listeners. I'm JoAnn, and this is the Inspired by JoAnn show. Welcome. Today's Faith Walker is Courtney Tierra. She's an educator, servant leader, writer, and ice cream connoisseur. She holds a master's in education and a Bachelor of Arts in psychology, both obtained from the University of West Georgia. For her day job, she's an education director at a Metro Atlanta organization. During the COVID lockdown, Courtney Tierra wrote and published her first children's book, Worthy, a book for kids of all ages. She's an award-winning storyteller, has a ridiculous giggle, and did I mention her adoration of ice cream? Let's give a warm, worthy welcome to Courtney Tierra.
Hi. Welcome to the show, Courtney.
Thank you so much.
It is such a pleasure to have you with us today.
I'm grateful to be here. I appreciate the invitation.
You're welcome. So let's dive right in. What fuels your faith?
So the immediate word that comes to mind is love. Love for my higher power, love for myself, my fellow man, my friends, my loved ones. Like, love is what gets me through and lets me know that I can believe in myself.
What is your personal mission?
Oh my goodness. So I kind of have to tell you a little story about that. My high school, I went to Marietta High School here in good old Marietta, Georgia. And the motto of the school for the students, the teachers, is be somebody. And so my goal in life is to live up to those words, to be somebody that serves others, to be somebody that is successful, to be somebody that is a role model. So be somebody is like that ever-present thought running in my head.
I love that. How does serving others serve you? Because I know that you're big on service.
Yeah, I have been serving others since I was 4, since I was a brownie going into Girl Scouts. And, it's not anything that I can pinpoint. There is a feeling when I call it loving on others, when I am giving of myself to make somebody else's life better, whether it's educating them, whether it's painting a house, whether it's, I remember one time in college, we put mulch down in a playground. Like, there's nothing too big or too small. It's the fact that I am doing something to help and serve others. And I have this immense joy, this immense peace when I am serving others. So yeah, I like to say it's in my DNA, just because I've been doing it so long, but I would not exist if I wasn't doing for others.
Recently, you have taken your service to others to a whole nother level. And since we've been sheltered in, you wrote your first children's book, Worthy. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's to hear you say it like that. It's crazy. I literally in March wrote a book and it was published by June. Actually, this is my baby right here. This is Worthy. And the reason I call it Worthy, a book for kids of all ages, is because it really is for everyone. Of course, when you're trying to publish a book, you have to be specific. So I had to title it as a children's book. But I realized I am an adult educator, so I teach adults, mainly 20s to 40s. And one day in class, we were talking about self-esteem, and I was just like, you know, you're worthy, right? To the whole class. Blank looks. And so I'm like, has anybody ever told you that you are worthy? No. It was a resounding no. And so I was just like, oh my goodness, if this group of people, 20 to 40 years old, have never been told that they're worthy and special and capable, how many other people are out there not knowing? You know I have made some decisions in my life due to a lack of self-worth. And so then I started thinking, well, what if you write a book and parents can talk to their kids, and these kids grow up hearing, I'm worthy, I'm worthy, I'm worthy. Imagine what they can be, where they can go, what they can do with that knowledge, that innate knowledge, because they've heard it their entire lives. And so I wrote the book in a weekend, sitting in a local deli using their Wi-Fi, and I wasn't going to do anything with it. And then it was like, well, Courtney, why say that you want to serve others? Have this, life-changing, to me, it's life-changing knowing I'm worthy, and not do anything about it. And so that's when it was just like, you know what, Courtney, it's COVID. You don't know what's going to happen in 2021, 2024. So do it. Put this out. And the response has been, I have had grown women cry to me. Like, do you know, had I known I was worthy, what I would have done with my life? And, people are now starting to send me videos of them reading it to their kids. And to see and hear these toddlers, one of the pages says, now tell yourself every day I am worthy. And these toddlers are literally, I am worthy. And I have chills thinking about it right now. So yeah, that's my new baby.
Outstanding, Courtney, outstanding.
Thank
I have
you.
to ask, because you mentioned that you've made decisions in the past because you didn't always see your worth. What changed that for you?
Time. And then realizing from the people around me, from my higher power, like realizing, you know what, the things from your past don't dictate your heart. You're a good person, no matter the mistakes you've made in life, no matter the circumstances that you grew up in, like, you're dope, like, just because. And so it took me time to get there. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, it took me in my 30s to even get to that point, which is why I want to try and help people before they get to that point, because everybody is worthy. You don't have to earn a certain amount of money. You don't have to live in a certain type of home. You don't have to have a degree. You're worthy just because you exist, just because you are a human being. You're worthy. So yeah, it took a while, but I am grateful to finally have made that connection.
Amazing. What helps you through challenges?
Ice cream. So ice cream's my favorite food group. But yeah, no, crying, I will be open and honest. Look, crying is cathartic for me and healing. I have realized that, like, hiding from the fact that I'm going through something doesn't help me get through it. So when I'm dealing with a challenging time, I actually am in the moment. I feel it. I talk to people, think I'm talking to the walls. I'm talking to who I'm talking to. And I'm getting strength from the love and the nurture and the care that I am getting back from. It was a hard week. Okay, it's fine. You're going to get through this. And it's knowing that I have made it through every challenging moment in my life. Like, I'm here today. I didn't perish. I didn't fall down a well and not get back up. I have made it through every day. And so talking, some people would call it praying or meditating or whatever you call it, helps bring me back to, you're going to make it through this too.
Mm-hmm.
And then the ice cream's the cherry on top.
Of course it is. What words of encouragement would you offer someone who doesn't feel valuable or see the value in themselves?
So pre-COVID times, it would have been like, come here, hold on, let me hug you. And then let me say some things to you. So now, since I can't hug you for real, it's a virtual hug. But what I want them to know is all that external stuff doesn't matter. Your nose shape, your hair type, what your mama did, what your daddy did, why this man didn't want me, none of it matters. None of it matters when it comes to your value. Your value is yours and yours alone, and you have to believe in it. There's something that I say to people, and it gets them to stop and think. If I ask you to name 10 things that you love, how long will it take before you get to you? You have to value yourself enough so that you are at least in the top 3, okay? There are some people I've met and they're like, I'm not even in my top 10. You need to be in your top 3, okay? So yeah, that's what I would say. You know, you have to value yourself because you know you're valuable.
Mm-hmm. And if I am not in my top 3, how do I get there?
Practice. I know that a lot of magazines and a lot of blogs make it seem so effortless, and it is not. It is hard work. And so what I usually tell my students is take a Sharpie, write it on a sticky note. I love you. And tell yourself that every day. Put it on your mirror, put it in your car. Every day, as hard as it is, because that first time you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, I love you, you're going to look away. You might cry. You might be like, I'm going to do this later. You have to keep trying. And eventually you'll get to that point where you say, I love you to yourself, and it's effortless. And if you don't want to say, I love you, maybe you write a note that says you matter, or maybe you write a note that you're special. Whatever words you need to hear is what you say to yourself every day. And one day there's going to be this magic day where you're going to be like, that wasn't hard. That was not hard. So yeah, that's what I would say to, you know, get you to move yourself up on your list of priorities.
Thank you for that.
Welcome.
Thank you. So what's next for you?
So all of this came out of nowhere. I have never been the type to want to be I've always been a worker bee. And so now with this book was a secret desire that I told no one about. I've wanted to have my own book since I was like 4 or 5, and I just never told anybody. I didn't even acknowledge it to myself for many years. So now that I have this book and it's successful, like I sold 100 books within the first 10 days. And I was like, wait, what?
Whoa.
Applied to be an LLC. I'm going to have my own business waiting on the state of Georgia. I'm thinking about what my next books may be, whether they be children's books or, you know, a memoir or, you know, I'm shooting for the stars. Once again, it took me a while to realize how valuable and worthy I am. And now that I'm realizing it, and it takes practice, now that I'm coming into it, I'm like, girl, you can do anything. So you know what? Even though public speaking makes me nervous, I've won competitions for storytelling. So guess what? I'm a public speaker now. Like, I'm trying to do everything that brings me joy. As much as I love serving others, it's time for me to start serving myself too, and putting myself at the forefront. So yeah, Courtney Tierra LLC, and we'll see where it goes from here. But yeah, author and storyteller sound pretty good right now.
Yes, it does. I like the ring of that. Yes, and telling stories that uplift How amazing is that, Courtney?
Yeah, I have the very first time I stood on stage telling a story that I hadn't practiced, I hadn't planned for. It was a complete accident. And I got a standing ovation and won. And it was just like, Courtney, clearly this is something you need to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
This is a gift and I need to walk in my gift.
Yes, absolutely. And the doors they're going to continue to swing open, honey.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
People like you are, you know what? I want to interview her. And, so it's amazing how much my life has changed since March.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, and you're just getting started.
yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch you on this
Thank
journey.
you. Thank you so much.
Yes. So, what's your favorite scripture or quote?
So, you know what? I am going to say mine. There is, in my book, I use the letters to talk about worth. And H is my favorite line. Honoring yourself and allowing others to honor you is worthwhile. For so many years, I would do for others, but when they would try to reciprocate, oh, no, thank you, I'm fine. Because I didn't think I deserved to be honored in return. All my friends and loved ones, oh, of course, they're special, they're worthy, they deserve this. I didn't know. I didn't fully believe that I deserved it. And so now that I realize it, like, honoring yourself and allowing others to honor you is worthwhile. It's necessary that you let people love on you as much as you love on others. So yeah, that is my favorite quote right now.
How can our listeners support and follow you? Where can we get the book?
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So if you go to CourtneyTierra.com, you'll have links for everything for the book. I have merchandise, stickers, and tote bags and mugs. There's also links to book me as a speaker and or storyteller. I do voiceovers. So yeah, everything is on CourtneyTierra.com. I'm also on Instagram at The Worthy Reminders. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us today. It has been an absolute pleasure.
This was wonderful. I'm so glad, I was a little nervous, but I'm so glad that I'm here and you are gracious and kind and wonderful. And I appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much for those kind words. And until next time, continue to walk by faith. Be blessed.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell to receive new content. Give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment below. I love to hear from you. Until next time, take care.